We are Fairy Tale!
I am Natsu Dragneel.
Hey, I'm Gray.
Put your clothes back on, you damn underpants, Shogun.
Oh, you want to go, General Snowface?
Yeah, come on, bring it, droopy eyes.
I'm Loki, and ladies, my number is... And you can text me anytime.
I am Elman, here for my fist to meet your face.
Gray!
Natsu!
What?
Hi! Hey, Natsu!
Huh?
Lucy likes you!
Don't say weird shit like that when I'm trying to fight Gray! Oh yeah? Well, you still haven't beaten me yet, Gray.
Oh yeah, you want to go again?
Bring it then!
Until the two of you are stronger than me, no fighting!
I'll be good.
Urza, why don't you just let them be? Isn't it better this way?
Hey, Charle! Yeah? Here's a biscuit cup for you. No way!
Hey, Natsu? Remember when I asked you if I could be your wife a long while back?
Uh-huh.
That question still stands.
What?
It still stands.
Don't you get involved in this, Gray.
Is the big bad Natsu gonna get angry?
Fire Dragon's Fist!
Whoever the hell else we feel like bringing into this show, I'll give you a clue. Shooba-dooba! So, hello and welcome to episode 14 of the Fairy Tale Podcast. Wow, we've got quite a bit to do this time around. We've got 5 episodes of the anime to catch you up on real quick because we're trying to stay current with what Funimation's putting out, and we got a week behind because there was no manga released one week, and stupidly I went and did an anime episode twice. So yeah, instead of doing 4 episodes, we're doing 5.
We'll blame Charle for that one.
Well, the wonderful part is we actually go most of the way through an entire arc with these 5 episodes, so it's actually pretty cool. We'll be like 2 weeks away, like at the end of September, we'll pretty much be done with this arc, and that'll be cool. So, yeah, got some updates. Hopefully we'll be able to fix these. I've got to rearrange some stuff. Okay, we got the schedule from Anime Weekend Atlanta. Bear with us here. Room 106 at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, October the 1st, will be the Fairy Tale fan panel, and that will go all the way till, it goes from, no, I'm sorry, that's 8 o'clock all the way till 9 o'clock. 8 to 9 in room 106. And, I mean, this wouldn't be such a bad thing, however, Konoha Corner starts at 9. So we may have a couple of people that are Fairy Tale Podcast only stay in and do like some Q&A with you guys. And while the rest of us who are actually in Konoha Corner have to shuffle and boogie on over to the panel 2 rooms down, 2 or 3 rooms down. Because in room 103 at 9 all the way till, I think that's more than just 10 o'clock. I'm hoping that's all the way till 11. But it looks like we've got an hour and a half to 2 hours. But we're the last panel to be held in room 103. So it'll be pretty late, and that mature rating will stand. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But we're already working on stuff to do, working on putting together a PowerPoint and all that fun, awesome stuff. and we're just hoping to spread the fairy tale awareness and/or / love, and also promote us as a side note. So yeah, fairy tale podcast. Yeah. But that's the crazy stuff that's going on. Moving on, I think we will cover some more updates for conventions going on in September and October with Charle as she moves us on to fairy tale news.
Okay, so just some more con updates for the Fairy Tale English cast. Anime Week in Atlanta is September 30th through October 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia, and we still only have Todd Habercorn showing up. New York Comic Con, October 13th through the 16th in New York, New York. We have Hiro Mishima, Jeremy Lay, Colleen Klinkenbeard, and Todd Habercorn. Then we have EXP Con in October from the 21st to the 23rd in St. Augustine, Florida. And we have Chris Sabat. And so far, those are the only cons in October that we have Fairy Tale showing up for.
To continue on with Fairy Tale news, we said we would update you guys when we found out more info, and we totally are. So, Fairy Tale Volume 15 is up for pre-order on Amazon right now, and it will be coming out, I believe, this month. October. It'll be coming out in October, I believe.
Yes.
I believe.
Believe in a thing called love.
No, actually, no. I stand corrected. It is this month. It will be coming out September the 27th.
Oh, damn.
So look forward to Volume 15 coming out on the 27th of this month. Now, 16, we've already got... There's no cover image available, but Volume 16 will be out on November the 8th. And the release date for Volume 17 will be January 17th. So anybody looking to get me a gift for my birthday, which is the day before, yeah, I wouldn't mind Fairy Tale Volume 17. That's all I'm saying.
Gift
Wink,
fishing
wink,
now,
nudge.
are we?
Wink, wink. No, I am not selfish. I love gifts. Isn't that right, Happy?
Yeah, me too.
All right, another thing that we thought you guys should be aware of is that the first set of the dubs for Fairy Tale, the official dubs and subs for Fairy Tale, are actually going to be released very, very soon. The release date has been announced, and you can buy Fairy Tale Part 1 on Blu-ray, in the Blu-ray or DVD combo on November 22nd. That's when this is coming out, so mark your calendars, and you can go onto Amazon or the Right Stuff and go ahead and pre-order it right now. Last thing we really want to talk about is that there is a box set, and it looks very official because it's actually one of the official box sets from Japan. But it's just the box that's official. And it says Fairy Tale Anime DVD Episodes 1 to 72. And this is something I've been trying to tell people about, even on the podcast. This is a scam. This is complete bullshit, and this is not true. What you're basically buying are fan subs. At least with this box set. You'd be buying 72 fan-subbed episodes. None of this money would be going towards the artist or the companies that own this at all. And so none of your money would go back to Hiro Mishima in any way, shape, or form. It would not recirculate. It is not a legal copy, no matter what anybody tries to tell you, or if you actually go to an anime store in wherever you can find your anime stores around here, and they have it on the shelf. That does not necessarily make it legal. There are little logos on the DVDs that are sold that you need to look for. I would suggest going to YouTube and looking up some of Greg Ayer's anime and piracy videos, because they're really informative and they can really help you guys out. So just to warn you, there are some really douchey people out there, and their shit can get up on Amazon, because this is actually on Amazon right now, no joke. It's actually a picture of Gray. It's the official Fairy Tale box. but it's 72 fan-subbed episodes on there, and they were actually charging about $20 for this.
Fuckers using my face.
Right. I mean, the good news is that Amazon got on top of this pretty quickly. It's currently unavailable. They don't know when it'll be back in stock, and it's probably not going to be back on stock. But yeah, this was a scam, and Amazon caught it pretty quick. But the fact that it even made it up onto Amazon is proof that you can get ripped off no matter where. eBay is a really scary place to go shopping for anime, to tell you the truth. There's a lot of scam artists on eBay. But be warned.
My dad did what you're describing. I like Bleach, and he went and bought me episode 1 through 207. It's the raw. There's no subs, but it wasn't even released. This box set, and he bought it and then sent it to me. He was in Iraq when he bought it. And I was like, Dad, this isn't official. You just screwed up really bad.
So yeah, be careful of some of those things. Alright, so that will wrap us up for the Fairy Tail news, and we will move on to the anime recap. Alright, so welcome to the anime recap, and we've got a lot of episodes to cover this week, crazy a lot. We're doing episodes 22 through 26, I believe. Yes, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Yay! That is the ones we're recapping, and I know that's crazy long, but I'm going to try and sum them up as quickly as possible. Okay, so 26 starts off with the continuation of the battle that's going on in Phantom Lord. And, Fairy Tail is just raping Phantom left and right. Natsu starts fighting against Gajeel and takes the fight away from Elfman. The Master's upstairs. It totally looks like he's gonna hand Jose his ass to him on a plate. And then you find out it was a trap for Makarov all along, and Master gets his powers stolen from him by one of the Elemental Four, who are like the insane badasses of the particular guild, Phantom Lord, along with Gajeel, who is an Iron Dragon Slayer that you find out in this episode. Fairy Tail calls a retreat. You find out that what happened to Lucy when she got kidnapped. She's in the main tower. You find out why she was kidnapped was because her father was requested that she return home, and so Jose just basically used that as an excuse to attack Fairy Tail. And she plays the old bathroom trick. He doesn't really fall for it because he's like, okay, fine, you can go in a bucket. And she's like, okay, fine. And so he's like, oh, I'm a gentleman, and turns around and she kicks him in the nuts. And then she jumps out the window, she surprised this guy left and right because he wasn't expecting that. And then Natsu, who was like, fuck that, I'm going to this tower, blah, 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 heard her and jumps down in time to catch her. And the funniest pose ensues because she's still tied up, and she lands her boobs land face first in Natsu's face, so this is definitely one of those Natsu Lucy moments in the saga. So she says that she says that it's all her fault, and she's so sorry, and she starts crying about how everything that's been happening to Fairy Tail is all her fault, and Natsu and Happy decide to take her back to the guild. That is episode 22 in a nutshell. Now we move on to 23. That one starts off with you see, I can't pronounce her name right now, but the pink-haired chick that is one of the Master's friends, she is treating him for his magical loss. And you find out some insight from her about the backstory. You return to Fairy Tail. Everybody's in the basement getting together all their more stuff because they plan on attacking the guild again. Mira's talking to Luxus. Luxus says it's not his fight and he's not going to join in on it. One of the rare moments you actually see Mira get mad and she freaking breaks the crystal ball that she's talking to Luxus through. Tears in her eyes and everything. Erza is in the shower. She's all pissed because of what happened to Master and the fact that she had to order a retreat. Then you find out that the Phantom Lord main guild castle also is a robot. And it walks down in front of Fairy Tail. And also there's Erza in a towel, which is really nice. Moving on They fire the Jupiter cannon. Erza steps up with her strongest defensive armor, and she actually succeeds in blocking the blast from hitting anybody behind her, but it also damages the crap out of her, and her armor is destroyed, and she takes massive damage. So somebody rolled a critical on that. Natsu goes in to take down the cannon after everybody says that they will never give up Lucy because she's one of them. Mira and Ritus take her to a safe house, and Mira pretends to be Lucy. Everybody starts fighting these little ghost things called shades to defend the guild, while Natsu climbs into the cannon, and there's a giant lacrima in there, and he needs to destroy that. And unfortunately, he's fighting a guy who has control over fire magic. Not a good match for Natsu. And that's how that particular episode ends. And we move on to episode 24. And in this episode, there's more fighting going on between one of the elemental four who controls fire and Natsu. I love the whole time that this is going on. Happy's panicking like crazy about everything that's going on. It just makes it so much more funny. He manages to get the other guy's sword into the lacrima just a little bit, and then eventually Natsu just uses so much flame power that the guy can't really control it, and he ends up punching the sword in the lacrima in the last second and destroying the lacrima, which stops the Jupiter cannon from firing. Of course, then the castle starts moving, and that means Natsu gets motion sickness, and the other guy is about to beat him the hell up when he realizes that he's being covered in ice because Gray came in and saved him, and Elfman knocks him through the ceiling, and he starts flying off like Team Rocket, all epic style. So now that the Jupiter cannon is down, the castle turns into more of a robot function and starts making this big magic circle, which is going to cast Abyss Break on everybody in Fairy Tail, and that's a horrible thing. Mira steps out as Lucy and pretends to be Lucy. Jose doesn't fall for it. In fact, he actually teleports her to be stuck in between the robot's two fingers, and is slowly crushing her and making her watch the destruction of Fairy Tail. Elfman starts fighting against the Earth Elemental 4, and this guy is like horribly mean. He brings up
he's a douchebag waiter.
The past of Lisanna, and you actually find out what happened with Elfman and everything back in the past, and what happened in Lisanna. And I'm not going to give away too much spoiler on this, just the backstory was epically sad, and this in turn enrages Elfman, and he enters the beast mode he does a full takeover, which he's never been able to control. So it's very, very different fight after this. And that is the end of 24, and we move on to 25.
Very different fight. Elfman kicks ass.
Yeah, Elfman kicks ass when he does a full body takeover. Woo! Alright, we move on. The full body takeover has started. The actual fight begins. He beats the crap out of this guy. I like how at one point in time the guy's soul he's drifting off, like he's going unconscious. Elfman grabs the damn thing, places it back in his body, and continues to beat the shit out of him. Unconscious.
That's just the way I roll.
So funny. Mira's watching this, and she's so scared, and then you find out that Elfman actually is in control. He saves Mira, and it's just a really touching moment. He's, there's crying all over it, but they've taken out two of the Elemental Four, and now it's on to my favorite fight of the Elemental Four after Loki goes running towards the safe house. See, Natsu encounters Arya, who is the air member of the Elemental Four, who's always crying. Then Juvia and Gray begins, and I love this fight. This fight is so cool. It's water versus ice, so let's find out what's going on here. But it's pretty much love at first sight for Juvia. Then she realizes she has to fight. No, she doesn't realize she has to fight. She realizes that he's going to do whatever he can to save Lucy, and she gets, like, insanely jealous and starts fighting. Probably the best part is when he freezes her boiling water and then freezes her and encapsulates her in ice. And then he looks up and realizes that he froze her in ice with his hand on her titty.
That was great. I like
And she's like, oh, and I love that. He's like, it's not, no. And he freaks out. That is hilarious. Juvia is kind of weird. Like, the fight is crazy weird, but crazy awesome at the same time. Eventually, what happens is Gray's ice magic overpowers her rain and water abilities, and she actually is about to fall off the castle. Gray grabs her, pulls her back up, The sun comes out, parting the skies, and it's the first time she's ever seen clear skies and sunlight. The best part, I think the best line is the whole thing. He looks back at her and says, okay, ready for round 2? And she's like, the hearts and everything pop out, and she's like, Judy! And then she faints, like, the happiest fainting moment ever. This was, like, crazy awesome, and, every time you you beat one of the, Elemental 4, it slows the process down for, the Abbott's Break circle that's being made. Then we go back to Ritas and Lucy, and the fact that the safe house is being broken into by some of the Phantom Lord people. Natsu is still fighting Arya and getting his ass handed to him, and that is pretty much where this episode ends. And we now moved on to our last episode for this recap, which is 26. I know it sounds like I'm going 5, 25, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, but yeah, I kind of got to go through these quick so that it doesn't. Anime recaps are taking forever. It starts off with a little flashback, of course, which is, I love that in the flashback they still make sure to point out that Gray touched Juvia's boobie. Because that's important. That is very important.
Very.
Okay, so Natsu starts fighting. Erza shows up to help fight with Arya, and everybody's like, dude, really? Why is Erza here? Didn't she just get the shit beat out of her like a couple minutes ago? And then Erza glances at Natsu, and it's pretty much over. Natsu's not going to argue with her anymore because Erza is scary. Erza kawaii. So she's going to fight Arya, and she wants Natsu to find Gajil and fight him. And she's saying that everybody constantly underestimates Natsu. Erza actually beats Arya, and that stops Abbott's Break from happening. Let's see. We move back to the safe house where all of the Phantom people have captured Lucy, and Loki shows up to save the day and fight Gajil, and they actually do pretty good for a while until something happens, and, he suddenly comes under pain. I'm not going to explain what's going on, because that's way too much spoiler for later. We'll get to that later. But anyway, he gets owned by them because of something that happened to him. And you start getting like little glimpses of some person that he knows. Gajil shows back up with Lucy in front of Jose, and Jose is going to take the fight on himself because he doesn't have any more weapons, and he leaves Gajil in charge of taking care of Lucy. Natsu gets all pissed off because Erza is all beat, and he doesn't like that version. Marketov wakes up sensing Natsu's power. He gets up and leaves. He's headed back towards the battle. Mira and the rest of them catch up to Erza, and unfortunately so does Jose. And then the battle between the four of them and Jose appears, and Jose's no freaking pushover, that's all I'm saying. And she changes to her another costume, which, let's face it, this costume you've seen before, but it's still fucking sexy. Gajil, meanwhile, is beating the shit out of Lucy because he's bored. Everybody's trying to convince him to stop because their master wants them to, Jose wants her safe so that they can collect all the money, and he's like, oh, but I'm bored. I just want to hear her scream. And to her credit, Lucy does not scream, even though she's getting the shit beat out of her by a Iron Dragon Slayer. So she's pretty damn pimp at this point. And then she's like, I pity you because Fairy Tail, you're going to be shivering under the shadow of the world's scariest guild, Fairy Tail, every day of your life. And that's pretty funny because Gajil says, oh, that sounds like fun too. Blah, blah, blah. And then Natsu shows up at the last moment and stops Gajil from catching her. And instead of doing a 5-episode, what did you like, what did you not like, I'm going to just let this be kind of an open discussion now. So, unfortunately, because this took so long to go through everything, we've only got a few people on to talk about the anime. But if you would like to send us your comments on what you thought of these 5 episodes, really simple. Just go to fairytailpodcast@gmail.com, send us an email, let us know what you thought. It's basically the Phantom Lord arc. You can tell us what you thought about that arc. Because by the time this episode comes out, the next episode will be out and we'll be finished with the Phantom Lord arc. Alright, so, moving on. Gray. Things that you liked about this particular 5-episode arc. A couple things. I'm going to go with, instead of one thing you liked or did not like, you can list off 3.
My hand on Juvia's tip. It's pretty much a given.
Uh-huh.
The whole Ezra comes back and Natsu's just like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And The fact that Elfman kicks fucking ass.
Alright, Loki.
Elfman grabbing the Earth user's ghost and just shoving it right back in his body and continuing to beat the living daylights out of him. And what I didn't like was Gajeel was smelling me. Did not like that.
Very, very.
I need another one?
Yeah, 3.
The booby grabbing.
Okay, and Elfman, 3.
Let's see. Me kicking ass, me kicking ass, me kicking ass.
Okay, that's awesome. So, thumbs up or thumbs down for these 5 episodes. If there's one you want a thumbs down, you could just tell me which one it is that you thumbs down. But if they're all thumbs up, if they're all thumbs down, just thumbs up or thumbs down. Gray.
Thumbs up!
Loki.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Wait, not thumbs down, thumbs sideways. Thumbs up, thumbs sideways.
What? We only did 5 episodes. You just thumbed 6.
That's just how I roll.
Oh my god. Elfman.
I'll give thumbs up to all.
And in comparison, did you think the anime or the manga was better with this particular arc of the series? Gray.
Anime.
Loki.
Anime.
Elfman.
Anime.
Alrighty. So that wraps up the anime recap, and we are going to move on to our next segments, which of course start with Charles' Magical Education.
Today on Charles' Magical Education, I am going to cover Mira Jane. Mira's magic type is caster type, and she has a lot of magic, but I'm only going to cover 2. She has sleep magic, takeover magic, transformation magic, water magic, and lightning magic. Takeover magic is an advanced form of transformation magic. This magic is used by the takeover siblings and Vulcans. Now when Mira Jane uses her takeover magic, she can only become someone that she truly knows. This power allows Mira Jane to take over the body, and when Mira Jane becomes a Vulcan, she can take over its power as well. When she takes the powers of the Vulcan, this gives her extra strength and speed. Sometimes when using this magic, she gets the extra power of being able to fly or swim. Now, transformation magic allows Mira Jane to change her appearance. There are levels to this magic. The basic level is where Mira Jane can change her outward appearance. The intermediate level allows Mira Jane to not only change her appearance, but also her voice and her clothes. Note that using this magic to change her clothes is different than re-equip. An advanced level allows Mira Jane to not only change her voice and appearance, but she can also gain other physical features that include, but are not limited to, wings and gills. She can also change her size. Mira Jane thinks that this is very useful in battle. And that wraps it up for Charles' Magical Education. I'm going to hand it over to Elfman for Cooking with Elfman.
Yes, today on Cooking with Elfman, I'm going to teach you how to make eggplant parmesan with being in the same series as the rest of my cooking so far, ramen, for you cheapskates like me. First off, you'll need 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese divided, 1 package of ramen noodles, 1/4 cup of panko or any other breadcrumbs, 2 medium eggplants, 1 pound each, cut lengthwise into 3/4 of slices, 2 cups of vegetable oil, 1 cup of low-fat ricotta cheese, 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese, and 1 jar about 20 ounces of tomato sauce. First off, you'll want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and spray a 9 by 13 inch baking pan with cooking spray. Then, beat the eggs, basil, salt, and pepper in a shallow dish until blended. Combine a fourth cup of Parmesan. Combine a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, crushed noodles, and breadcrumbs in another shallow dish. Dip the eggplant in the egg mixture, shake off excess, coat both sides with breadcrumbs. Heat the oil in the large skillet. Cook eggplant in batches 4 minutes or until golden, turning once. Drain on paper towel lined plate. Combine the ricotta cheese and mozzarella cheese in a small bowl. Place 1/3 of eggplant in the bottom of a prepared pan. Spread about 1 cup of tomato sauce over eggplant. Top with half of cheese mixture. Repeat layers and deep with sauce. Bake for about 30 minutes until eggplant is fork tender and cheese is melted. Preheat a broiler. Sprinkle the remaining 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese over eggplant. Broil 6 inches from heat for 3 minutes until cheese is browned, and let stand for 10 minutes before serving. And with everything you use, it's going to make about 12 servings worth. So make sure you're feeding a family or me. Anyways.
That's not nice.
Anyways, that's it for Cooking with Elfman. I'm going to pass it on to Lisanna for Reedus' Gallery.
Welcome to another entry into Reedus' Gallery. For this week's entry, I've picked a picture titled Fairy Tale Boat Ride by Dichan316. What's really, really interesting about this picture is the perspective, the way that the water kind of curves to make it look like a fisheye view. And also, you can kind of tell that there's actually some more perspective going on because Happy's really small, and the way that poor Natsu is dying over there is showing that he's not just standing head on, he's actually lying down, half dead because he's on a boat. Poor sucker.
I'm on a boat!
He's on a boat.
No, wait. I'm on a boat! Blah, 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 blah. I'm on a boat! Blah. Randy Castroya!
Anyways, another interesting thing to note about this picture is the lighting. You can see the obvious contrast in between the outside, like out where Happy is no pun intended, happily sitting there with giant flippers, and Gray and Erza Natsu inside under the tarp. And what's really nice is that they were able to use the color of the tarp to almost make a reflective shading onto the characters themselves. So it wasn't just like a little bit of a darker color. They actually tried to make it seem like they were under a tarp and, not make it seem like they're just sitting in a cave. This is the part where I go around the table and ask everybody's opinions. So, thumbs up or thumbs down.
Now?
Charle. I'm gonna go ahead and say Paul's up. Happy. Loki.
There were bikinis. 2 spirit thumbs up.
Elfman.
Thumbs up.
Juvia.
Thumbs up, baby.
Gray.
Thumbs up.
And Natsu.
Sideways.
Okay. What is one thing you liked or disliked about this picture? Charle.
I kind of like how they did put perspective into it, but I'm not a fan of the coloring. Yeah, it's just, Lucy looks fine, but Erza, Natsu, and Gray look like they just turned into, Mexicans or something.
Yeah,
or got a really bad suntan.
You heard that, Gray? Go cut my grass.
Alright. Happy?
Well, I like it because Happy's really, really cute. And Lucy's all like, I'm ready for kids. Lucy's like the palest one, so I can sympathize with her. And I hate the fact that once I started looking at this picture, I got hiccups.
Sucker. Loki?
I like Erza and Lucy's asset.
You're so funny.
Emphasis on the first 3 letters.
No, I like her
Really
tits.
face palm. That actually hurt.
Big ol' bitty.
It always
Yeah,
does.
face palm
It always
yourself
does the
for
first time.
Alright. Elfman?
I like the fact that the style actually looks like it's from something called Watsu. It's not an anime. It really resembles it a whole lot, especially Lucy.
Juvia?
I like Gray's sexy muscles.
Oh, damn it.
And I hate that Erza and Lucy are so close to my lovely Gray.
Alright. Gray?
I like the fact that Happy's just like, I got flippers.
And Natsu.
I hate the drawing style, but I like the fact that Happy looks like a Zora rabbit. Like, the flippers look like they belong to a Zora, and the ears look more like a rabbit than a cat. Looks way too much like a rabbit. And why is Happy wearing more clothes to go swimming? Like, I don't
Because Happy
understand
is happy, that's why.
No! No! It's like if Roger Rabbit had an evil mutant midget twin child thing.
Okay. Mental
Twin
images.
child thing?
Yeah, like if you tried to cross-blend a midget, Happy, Roger Rabbit, and a Zora, that's what you get.
What's Zora?
Zora.
It's
What's
a Pokemon.
Zora?
It is not a Pokemon.
That's
Good
what I...
No.
No.
I'm sorry. I know you kids are young, but you know that whole saying, know your roots? Why don't you go play Legend of Zelda?
Oh, that thing. Okay.
Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, and stuff like that. You'll understand what I mean.
No. I get it.
That's why I wasn't asking.
Zora flippers.
So, one word to describe this picture. Charle.
Odd.
Happy.
Duck.
Duck.
He's a duck.
Loki.
Bikini.
Elfman.
Booty.
Juvia. And not something Gray related.
Oh, I was gonna say muscles.
Oh, that works.
Alright, fine. Gray.
Flippers.
And Natsu.
Mutant Ninja Zombie Turtle with the flipper floppers.
He's in my flippin'
I'll
floppin'.
take it.
Flippy floppies. That's what I'll
Okay,
say.
and
My word is
in
flippy
English,
floppies.
that just means...
State Bayo.
If I were... no. If I threw up all of those words at once, it would be one word. So.
Yeah. Or if you were so drunk that you just, like, slurred them all.
It's no...
I have never, ever been that intoxicated.
No,
I have
no.
been
I
insanely hammered.
But I have met
remains.
some people like that.
Okay. Well, with all of that being said, I'm gonna hand it back to Natsu.
Wash your winky.
Yay.
Now we are going to move on to the manga recap. Alright, so this week's chapter is chapter 250, and I actually really like the cover for this one, the cover art that has, like, everybody together. I'm still trying to figure out why it is that Panther Lily is resting on Gagiel's head.
Agreed. Maybe
But-
they're buddies.
Well, but at the same time, Happy's doing the same with Natsu. It seems Charle has too much dignity to do that on Wendy's head. Or maybe it's just because of how Wendy's standing. But,
What is dignity?
it's that thing you don't have, Loki. And holy shit, Gray's wearing clothes! No way! He has a shirt on, or a jacket.
This
Wow,
is inaccurate.
right? Alrighty, so, yeah. And the dialogue is, if you're prepared, then you can never be lost. And, this chapter is titled Zeref Awakens, and, before we get started, I really have to say, this is the lesbian chapter, so I loved it so much, and I'm sure Loki did too.
Indeed, I could not stop touching.
Oh my god!
Seraph, the one and only Seraph, is right in front of my eyes.
Or your eye.
I'll poke your eye out, see how it feels. Am I dreaming? Could this be real?
Okay, so Zeref purposely appears in front of Hades. But why?
Happy face.
Happy face.
The key. Bring out the key.
That another ellipses. I can't move.
That won't be necessary. I'm awake.
Well, duh.
I wish I was asleep.
You have swirly eyes.
This may sound strange coming from me, but Nagato is my cousin.
I knew it.
I never knew that.
This may sound strange coming from me, but how many lives did you take in order to get that key? It's saddening. That's nothing more than a false image.
What?
One of the truths the cult that blindly worships the black maid Zareth imagined to exist is the key to Zareth's resurrection. You actually believed such an old story? I was never asleep. The man standing in front of you right now is the black maid Zareth.
Impossible. I used my eye to see. You couldn't even win against one of my own underlings.
That should help you understand things quicker then. That was my true power at that time.
God, that baby face.
He's like, oh, shit my pants.
I want my mommy.
In the war 400 years ago, I saw countless humans die. However, on one particular day, I finally learned about the value of human life. That's when it happened. The more my cursed body comes to value life, the more human souls I take. In order to stop this theft of souls, I need to completely forget about the weight of a human life. I'm pathetic.
At least he's truthful.
You're struggling with the weight of human life?
Yes. That's why I can't use magic as much as I should be able to. If I forget about the weight of life, however, that's a different story. You're the ones who pulled the trigger. Acknowledgia heralds the end of eras. It was summoned by your evil ambitions.
Acknowledgia? What are you talking about?
You must be punished.
Haven't I been punished enough?
Let the punishment begin.
Okay, I'll actually take it.
Wait. There's still things I want to ask you.
First, you must be punished for summoning Acknowledgia. Second, you must be punished for making me forget the weight of life. Repent, bitches.
You just made an awesome sign.
And now we move on to lesbian moment. Yay! This is the part I've been waiting for.
You look really down, Merity.
Dot, dot, dot.
It may be hard right now, but let's try and forget what happened. About Grimoire Heart? About Zareth? Look, dolphins!
Hail Tear, was it really you who attacked my village? My friends? My family? Did you?
Yes.
Epic shock.
And now I don't have pupils! I knew I had to talk with you about it someday. I think of this life as my first time around. Then, once I go to the world of ultimate magic and complete the arc of time, then my second time around will begin. I've believed my whole life that I'd have to redo my first time around. That's why I was able to commit such inhumane atrocities. The second time around will be my true life. Your true life. Where we're happy. That's what all this is for.
Standing up.
And all of a sudden, holy shit!
Who
has boobies?
Who brought the boob?
No, she has boobies too!
When did that
It does!
That's your titties.
I understand that this is all simply my intent. And from other people's points of view, I look like a monster. I'm a stupid woman who imagines she can create a happy life from piling up her sins.
Evil grr face.
I won't ask you to forgive me. But just let me say, I'm sorry. I know you hate me so much you want to kill me. But there's no need to dirty your hands any more than this. I'm going to disappear now.
Aw, she was wearing shorts. She needs, like, shorter shorts. Short shorts.
How about just no shorts at all?
They're like short crees.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like, she was wearing what was basically like a one-piece bikini with leggings. Why all of a sudden you gotta change to shorts? Go back to skimpy. Yeah, that worked. That was a good look for you. But at least we got booty shot.
Bow. She has awesome calves.
That's what I was like.
I like how she's like, leg.
Legs are hot.
I don't know what she's talking about. Leg.
Oh, tear!
You'll find happiness. I know you'll be happy eventually. I love you, Melody.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Oh, tear!
I'm sorry, does anybody else think that looks like a corn on the cob floating in the middle?
It does.
It
Steve.
It's no different at all, is it, Steve? It's gonna come for your booty.
The sea. Inside the great mother.
Camel toe.
I know where to aim now.
Oh, God.
This isn't a bad way to end.
I am a dolphin.
Melody.
Let's live on.
A sensory link?
I understand all your sadness and pain. Tear, you raised me. I can't be changed. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you so. Never do something like that again. Please don't leave me alone. I love you. I want to live with you.
Oh, look! And then epic hug and birds flying.
I feel better.
And suddenly we have lesbian summer. Yay.
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 In the world.
And then explosion! Oh.
Master Hades.
Before we start, this guy looks like a sweating rice ball. Just had to say, that is going through, like, the worst amount of constipation ever. Like, that is some serious clenching going on right there.
He looks like he's pissing himself.
Those turds must hurt. That's all I'm saying. Trash that doesn't even know it's trash deserves to fall into the abyss. It's here. Acknowledge it. Something that even Zara fears. Is it a servant of the devil? Or... To be continued in chapter 251, A Beloved Qualification. Alrighty, so here we go. Going through the recap really, really quickly. Let's go through everybody that's here. Let's ask them stuff. So, first and foremost, what did you guys think of this chapter? Was it thumbs up or thumbs down for you guys? What? Happy, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Erza.
Thumbs up.
Loki.
3 thumbs up.
Elfman.
Thumbs up.
Alrighty, so what is one thing you either liked or didn't like about this chapter? Happy.
I like the lesbo.
Erza.
Me too.
Loki.
Lesbians!
Okay, so that's me 3. Elfman.
I laughed when Elfman blew up.
What?
You liked when Elfman blew up.
Elfman wasn't even in this chapter.
God dang it. Hades blew up.
Hades blew up.
God dang it.
Oh, you could be the 4th person to agree with lesbianism.
Awesome. That too.
Yeah, okay.
Woman.
And I shall be number 5 because I enjoyed the Baby Dyke. So Baby Dyke Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Dykes.
Yay!
Alright, but there is a lot of petting and fondling and
so much titties.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the guys for this series all give it like something up. That's all I'm saying.
Give the corner up.
I was
Yeah,
the only
corner
one
up.
who admitted it.
Well, I'm trying to sort of, kind of be a good boy about this. Yeah.
Who wants to be a good boy? No one. Even Toby doesn't want to be a good boy about this.
Okay.
I'll go cross theory. I will go cross theory.
Who is this Toby of which you speak of?
Yeah,
I don't know, but he sounds a lot like you. Alright, so,
Impossible.
what did you think of this recap? Happy.
Did I really sound Ches?
Did you really sound Ches?
Ches.
What?
Ches.
I do not understand the term.
Ches. Cheesy.
Cheesy. No, you didn't understand. You didn't sound cheesy.
You said I sounded so Ches.
I did not hear that because I was sewing their skirt.
I never said anything about anybody sounding Ches.
Was I Ches? I wasn't Ches. Okay, good. Okay, well then I wasn't Ches. That's what I liked about it.
You like the fact that you weren't cheesy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Erza.
I like being booby person, lady person.
Full tier?
Yeah.
You stabbed yourself and you're like, okay, I'm good.
And we were all like, no, not the boobs! And then we realized, whew.
Not
But so random though. She's like, I'm gonna pretend to die, and then she's like, oh, I'm perfectly fine now in the water.
No, she's not perfectly fine, but there's some healing no jutsu probably going on there. That's all I'm saying.
Is that what the boob rubs?
Yeah, the boob rub of healing. That's what that is. Or wait, no, she has the crotch of healing, right? Erza has the crotch of healing.
Vaginal healing?
Vaginal healing. Okay, so, yeah, Loki.
There was lots of yelling.
Elfman!
Yay, lesbianism. I'm still imagining things.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Okay.
This was me going everywhere.
Right? You had, like, voices all over the place today. That's pretty funny. And I had to use, like, my normal voice and try and be evil, and I think I failed on that. I need somebody to direct me when I'm trying to do this, because I suck at directing myself. That's all I'm saying. Alrighty, so that does it for the manga recap, and pretty much the rest of the show. And we are going to try and name this episode of the podcast. So, Happy, what should we call this episode?
Let me think. It's something about lesbos, I want to say.
Lesboobs.
Lesboobs, I like that word. Lesbioooooh.
Okay, and moving on to Erza.
I'm still going to go with lesboobs.
Loki.
Everybody loves lesbians.
Elfman.
Oh, dang, I'm so dirty, dang.
No, everyone's a little bit lesbo.
And I'm going with Don't Stab the Cleavage.
Don't stab the
cleavage. Call it not the boobs.
Not the
Save the tatas.
Save the tatas from Old Tyr's knife. Alrighty. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for us, and we're going to play through all the ways you can get a hold of us.
Find out about the latest fairy tale news, when the next episode is out, or to post on our blogs and let us know what you thought, visit fairytalepodcast.wordpress.com. You can also send us an email to fairytalepodcast@gmail.com.
Of course, all our videos are up on YouTube until we find a good feed to host them for iTunes and Zoom. However, we do not have all the audio up on our Mega Upload account, which is linked in the description for every video we post up.
If you want to follow us on Twitter to see what pretty pictures we find, new logos, con info, and awesome music, follow us at FairyTaleCast.
Keep up to date on when the newest episodes and chapters come out, as well as chat with other fans of the podcast and the Fairy Tale community. Discuss all your latest obsessions, share news, and chat with the crew of the podcast. Also be sure to send us your AMVs to post as well as any cosplay images you have. Help our community of fans to grow.
Alright, so once again, thank you so much for checking out this episode of the podcast. We really appreciate it. Again, you can go to that Konoha Corner website, which is konohacornerpodcast.webs.com. If you wish to donate to us, you can click on that little donation link, and it shall take you to our PayPal, where you can donate the money amount of your choice. Also, at the same time, please don't send us 3 cents. We had somebody that did that before, and that was kind of like, really? That's all we're worth? Ouch. But while you're doing all that, please don't forget the reason that we're all here, and that, of course, is the Fairy Tale series. Box Set 1 is coming out November 22nd, and the coolest part of this is the next box set will be out the very next month, and then the next month, until they got an idea of if they're going to continue on with the series, but they're going to release them monthly. Volume 15 of the manga will actually be out on the 27th of September, and in November 16 will be out, so keep an eye out for the manga. Please purchase the manga, anime, video games, and any incredible swag that comes out there. Show your support by being a fan, because mages kick ass over pirates. That's all I'm saying. And please help Hiro Mishima stay employed. That's what we really ask. Alright, so that is it from us. I am Natsu Dragneel, and I am saying don't stab the cleavage.
I'm happy, and talk about love and cleavage. I talked about love and cleavage.
I still think your funniest one was I'm happy with a side of ranch. I'm like, that's awesome.
That was fun.
You totally weren't even into the show. You weren't into it at all. You just said it, and we were like, brilliant!
I'm happy with the side of ranch.
You reject your own nose!
Oh, God.
I'm Erza, and now I really want to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Now you listen here, young lady. Even if we're to be horribly mad,
I love Jim Carrey so much.
there'll be no sad faces on Christmas.
I'm Loki, and I feel extremely relieved this episode.
I have no idea why.
I'm Elman, and my brain is everywhere today.
So that's what was in the corner of my room this morning.
Alright, so that is it for us. We are signing out. Peace out from the gatest? Wow, gatest.
It kind of fits.
Lesbo.
Not gayest, gatest. Like gates. There be gates all over here. We like
we
things.
know.
We like things that are nice, but we love gates. Peace out from the greatest guild in the world.